Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for the end of the year using Lenormand, and this is for members only first, and then everybody else gets to see it after. Thank you for joining me. My name is Veroosh and I am your Lenormand reader today. Let's take a look at your frequencies. So my favorite card, besides the number 33 card, we have the Union. I love this card, 2 snakes. And then we have number 88. Look at this, getting spoiled, working hard, Virgo, working hard. Then we have 8, justice and truth through the energy. And let's see the next frequency, no or never. And then we have 83, preparing. Okay? I have a feeling that you are getting ready to expand. You have passed a period of hard work in which you applied a lot of efforts in a very hand-to-mouth sort of way. So you had been spending considerable time working through and creating things in a very simple way. And I feel as though there was also a lot in your life to do with your relationship vis-a-vis another person. So there has been a lot of entangling, like these 2 snakes, entangling and separating and combining for a long period of time. I want you to notice that we have 44, 88, and 8 as the numbers from the past leading into the present. Whatever actions you have taken in the past, Virgo, at this current time, they have attained for you a sense of justice and stability. And maybe for some of you, Libra is significant for you at this time. But you have worked out for yourself a certain area in whatever way you need it to be worked out in. And I feel as though you are prepared to say no to certain circumstances that do not align. You may feel in some way as though you want to say yes out of anxiety, so apologetically saying yes so that in the fear of missing out. But I see you actually moving towards an energy of preparing towards something new within the end of the year. So you are meant to say no to certain things for a period of time until you identify the big journey that you will begin. That journey is directly a consequence of the present balance that you attained out of these 2 energies. The working energy, this hyper-productive working frequency, and your interpersonal relationships with people, with one-on-one, 7th house frequencies, okay? This reminds me of Jupiter in Pisces, who has been in Pisces from about May until the end of July, and then it will move back into your 6th house. So while Jupiter was in Pisces, relationships may have mingled and worked themselves out. And likewise, the working frequency was very strong for you. We see this at the top of your chart, especially with the North Node here in Gemini. So this is a chart for the beginning of July, but these are the frequencies from June and May and so forth. So there's been a hyper-productivity period in your life and interpersonal relationships that affected the present moment. In the present moment, you're chill, you're relaxed, everything is kind of grounded. I think you're surprised at the level of stability you've attained through your hard work and craftsmanship, but I think that you're able to now move forward. With this no, never, I do sense a degree of anxiety. The anxiety seems to be around the act of saying no and potentially turning down a good opportunity. I think you're saying no and things are not fitting for you because there's some very big opportunity ahead of you that leads you in very good directions. And this is something that will be outside of what you've done until now. So a big shift in direction, which is in alignment with Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house for the next several years. Okay? So why don't we get into the Lenormand? I made these Lenormand several years ago. They don't have a name, and I've only published them a little bit. They're out of print. And they have extra cards in them, so I hope you don't mind. Let's take a look at these energies. So your first energy is that of chastity. And that's what I feel with that truth card, the justice card in the center, that like you have put in effort, Virgo, and attained a level of purity. You've worked through your things, your problems, as well as practical things. And now you need to ground in the chastity and wait for the appropriate time to take next steps towards things that matter, towards things that are pertinent to your life, okay? So you're in this pure state of suspension. We have the mountains, the oncoming energy, and then we have the snake. So whenever I just did a meditation that is on the channel by the time you guys see this, and basically it was about something very similar. I feel as though when we attain higher levels of consciousness or awareness, or we've gone through something and achieved our goals, sometimes that triggers environment around us, and you can get pushback with regard to that from other people and other things. Be very careful of hearing other people's advice and opinions towards you. And I feel like there could be people around you, especially women at this time, who don't have the best intentions. So mind yourself, Virgo. You're in a very good space, but you should be aware that other people may not be. And so they may be kind of drawing you into their challenges. By the way, I'll leave the meditation down below when it's ready, so you guys can go check that out and maybe use it to your advantage in these situations. Then we have the bear in this next position. I'll explain the whole row in just a moment. We have the moon. This is not like the tarot. It's a separate message. And then the last card, we have flowers. Okay. I'm not sure. I mean, everybody's different, but this looks to me as though you have a female admirer. So whether you're a man or a woman, it looks to me like a female thinks you're beautiful, and nobody's forcing anybody into any kind of relationship, but I do feel as though there is deep admiration, romantic admiration coming from a female, and I think they're attracted to the love in your heart, Virgo. So you're going to find that somebody is very sympathetic towards you, very protective. I think that they want to support you and give you good energy. And so I feel like that is your alignment at this time. We'll go through more in a minute, but it's really sweet, actually. Or if you have the bear energy, which is like, well, if you're aligned with the bear, like a strong, powerful woman, etc., then you may feel a great desire towards someone else and be showing affection towards them, or having your mind drawn towards this person, etc. Then we have the fox. So you're chaste, right? But you're not completely ignorant. I was talking to somebody about this today, and about how the beginner turns into a person who's exploring, and their perfect beginner state of mind is complicated by the learner's mindset. And then ultimately we reach back to a state that's similar to the beginner's state, but we've already gone through all the experiences that lead us to that. And that is kind of like a beginner, but with already a higher awareness from past experiences. That's this energy here. In other words, what I'm saying is that even if you are up against snake-like people or challenges, you're not naive. You might be like in a good vibrational state, but you've gone through your experiences, and what you have to draw on is your cunning and wisdom. You know who to align with. Like right away I said, this is a person, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or whatever other expression of your love is. This person is someone who you see as only positive, right? They only bring in positivity for you. And I think you can tell the snake from the bear. You can tell the person who's lying to you, who's jealous of your good energy, from the person who's just bringing love and positivity your way. Then we have letters. This is your center message. So communications will be important in the fall. Very important words will be said, or like you will receive important information, or maybe say something important. Then we have the rider. I do feel like there's more for you, the dog. So friendship is the key energy of your fall. This is the center part of this latter part of the spread, which means that your world revolves around friendship in the fall, or in the summer and fall. And you have already a couple good energies there. Companionship. So this isn't saying love, and in fact this is presenting a bit of a conflict for many of us who are heterosexual females who don't want a relationship with another woman, but a friendship is fine, right? So they're saying here, be open to the love that you're receiving, because you're getting a really open-hearted love, and that open-hearted love is coming to you because you are open-hearted. So it's a very good reflection. Just don't get hung up on the fact that it may not be romantic, or it may be romantic on their part and not yours, or something like that, okay? In some circumstances, this could be a man, but it really feels like a feminine energy. This is much more a masculine energy, and this could be either. It's asexual. But I feel like there's a deep bond that is building between you and your the people around you. Deep friendships are made for you in the fall. And when I'm looking at your chart, it's in the summer where you're getting the massive transits to do with love and friendship in your chart. And then you'll have to wait until December for the big partnership transit to re-begin in your 7th house, which is all okay, because your chart is quite active through the end of the fall, with positive transits focusing on other aspects of your life, so I think that there's just a deep admiration between yourself and friends around you. And then we have the hand. Okay, protection. It's advisable not to practice retribution magic, or like the hamsa is the protection symbol, right? And it represents like protection, but in this position it's actually really quite saying like, be careful of using esoteric practices as retribution. I have a feeling that from the first spread here, I feel as though there was some degree of like who is who and what is confused, because the snake's been here. So like who's doing what to whom may be obscured and confused. And so you participating in this hamsa frequency may in some way end up turning it back around on you. So I feel as though the wise fox knows to focus on the good friends and the positive energy while turning away from vindictive retribution. You see how the snake is just localized to one part of the spread, while the mice are here as well. There's definitely people like gossiping and swindling and and like just trying to in some way, you know, gain something, build something for themselves in a certain way. Stork. But I think it's short-lived, and I don't think it's very strong. And then we have the ship. So you're definitely moving past these situations. If something has come up, this is much more to do with the past into the present. Know that you're moving on from this very soon and towards bigger and better things. And so therefore, whatever it's bringing your way is a distraction energy. Yep. And I feel as though these energies want to make you feel anxious. So your focus is on reaching out towards positive frequencies that make you feel better. Then we have, I think that the kind of, you don't really quite know everything about your circumstances. And as you gain more information, you will be able to react or respond appropriately. Then we have the clover. This is very lucky time for you, Virgo. You're going in a wonderful, wonderful direction. Then we have the cross. And so in this time, there will be new responsibilities that you pick up. And I have a feeling that some of the new directions you take correspond to a different alignment and a different mindset of how you feel about things. Then we have the Dharma card, which is the new opening. I could see for you a wide expansion into the world towards the end of the year. I have a feeling that it's almost like you surround yourself with the key people that you care about, and you sort of step into what you're meant to do. And so therefore everything that you've done is sort of unimportant in respect to what you are doing. Okay, so let's go card by card. And so your primary energy is to not worry and not be concerned, because the direction you're going is prosperous and it's a blessing. Your perspectives through this time may be obscured and they may be polluted, especially by other people's interjections. But your mind may also tell you things that are inaccurate, especially assumptions about the future. You may feel as though there's roadblocks ahead, and this may be a part of something that you need to work through, or possibly something that you have been gaslit and that you believe. So be patient with this energy. Take your time. And I'm not one to talk down women. You guys know that, right? But in this case, Virgo, I would say be careful with some women out there. They're real snakes. They have some real energy, but sometimes indirectly, whether they want it or not, it also offers a bit of a healing aspect or some kind of resolution to things. So maybe the snake eats the mice, right? And protects you, or maybe the snake is distracted by the mice. So these two energies allow you time to go in your own direction. We'll get to that in a minute. This actually is indicating that there's love ahead for you, Virgo, especially if you're dealing with men in relationships. And if you find a relationship through this time, go slow. You may really see that mature into something more by December or January, when Jupiter moves into the 7th house in Virgo. But this dog really tells me that this heart may be very much a deep alignment of love between you and someone else. So you'll meet someone and it looks promising moving forward. The next frequency is here. So this is great friend, bear energy. Bears may have different associations around the world. I mean, bears are on every single continent, and every culture celebrates them in their own way. So maybe you can associate that in your own way. Typically, this represents in the Lenormand an older female, protective boss, that kind of thing. But I feel as though you're celebrated and you're appreciated. And I think whoever you're dealing with is in awe of your frequency. They see you as a very beautiful person. And likewise, there's a deep bond and love between you and your family members. I have a feeling that, something that you've really wanted that has not been working out was really hard for you to let go, Virgo. And I feel like now you are coming to terms with that fact and accepting like a energy that's more like a gift as a thank you. And so that allows you freedom to move on. And some of the things you'll receive as consequence to this situation are real gems that will really take you far. They're not exactly what you wanted, but they're wonderful blessings. So you're receiving gifts as a trade-off to your energy. The sun's setting, but I really want to finish this. And so we have the fox next in this energy. And so this is you being cunning and not naive. This is where your strength is. I don't see you as fighting back, just like the fox. Foxes are notorious to take a picture of. You can't find them because they like to run and hide. They're smart and they avoid problems, and I think that that's your way. Then we have the harmony card in. This is probably something that was great, a frequency that you achieved in the recent past that led to this situation. It looks as though you had several problematic dynamics around you through the recent past, but you were able to attain balance and harmony, and through that balance and harmony, you're stepping forward now. Okay? Then we have this. So along with mice comes gossip. And sometimes the mice represent, they're not the birds in the Lenormand, but they have in this case a similar frequency. There is a buzz because of the mice scurrying around, and they're bringing attention to something about you, Virgo, that is actually that leads to big success for you. So the fact that people are talking about you, the fact that they're moving around and paying attention, this is all good energy that leads to your success. At the center of the reading is writing, writing and possibly some type of writing or some type of confirmation, communicating with people, being invited places. I sense that in the fall you'll be invited to places. This is something interesting too. I feel like there's someone in your life who's very lively and who brings you a lot of positive energy. They're a sign of new things to come. And so this is very likely a male who kind of is around at this time and is bringing you messages and information and so forth. They could be an intermediary between you and other people. Okay? This is a very important card. And so this is a great friendship that emerges for you in this time period. This is a friendship that turns from friendship to almost like a partnership. And I love this card. It's just, this is again saying, I said go slow with relationships. This is just a little bit more of a push to go slow and take your time. This is a real friendship that forms into a bond and an understanding. It's not so much about love as it is about companionship and trust, and that leads to good things for you. This person will see you through, and attached with them is a ton of positivity. So don't be happy. Then we have the hand here, and so any desire for retribution, any desire for setting the slate clean, or especially casting magic that entwines karmic energies. This is really discouraged at this time. And so through this time, you definitely want to avoid any kind of judgmental thinking of others, or like they deserve getting what they did, etc. kind of thinking. I really feel that this can really come back around and slap you on the backside if you are speaking from those kinds of frequencies. Okay, so there may have been a direction that you almost took, but I feel like that direction does not produce the outcome that you want, and I feel like there may be a sudden stop in this direction. So it could be whatever you've done that you thought you were dealing with a situation in which there was multiple factors that were negative in some way, even so far as you wanted retribution, right? And so in this card, this tells me that through that process, you were trying to find your right path through the problem, but some tangent that you took may turn out to not be what you hoped for. But the outcome here is that you get to move on into a much better place, into much better space. You're definitely traveling towards something else. You get help from someone else. You get growth and expansion. Then we have the next card. We have the garden energy. So here with the garden energy, I feel like maybe you're embarking into a place where there's a lot more opportunities, a lot more variance, and you have to choose. And you're worried that you will choose the wrong option or the wrong path, and this is not going to happen in a bad way, because this last card here, I'll jump a little bit ahead, is the Dharma wheel, right? And so this is assuring of pure alignment to your destiny. You're on the right path. Although the North Node for the rest of the year is in Gemini, which squares Virgo, right? So you may be feeling like you're going against yourself when it's taking you in the right direction. So you are going in the right direction. It just feels like you're stumbling a little bit in terms of figuring out what that is or what's going on. It's fine. When the North Node moves into Taurus, you'll feel much more aligned from December on and much more aware of what that is. It's like somebody will turn on the lights and make it obvious, okay, in a good way. Then we have the clover, a turn of luck for the better. Happiness is with you. It was literally removing yourself from toxic environment and moving towards much more harmonious, good ones. And then we have prosperous ones. And then here we have the cross. And so with that will come new responsibilities and challenges, like everything else in life. And you are meant to be open-minded and receive those well. So whatever things the universe wants you to take care of now that you've changed this environment, be aware of it. But the outcome is so promising. This makes me so happy for you, Virgo. So where you are going is on a path that you were always meant to go on. It's a very special path for you. It's completely connected to your purpose in life and deeply connected to your companionship with other people. Let's take a look at your dice. Okay, so the frequency for the rest of the year is Scorpio energy. Sorry about that noise. Sorry, the sun set, so it's harder to... Oh, there we go. We have Scorpio energy, and then we have Cancer. Okay. So both of these frequencies, water signs, are important to you. Interesting how I put them naturally on the mountains. So be careful possibly of a Scorpio or Cancer blowing smoke up your butt. And then we have Mars. And we have the 7th house, partnership. So the other thing that could be possibly happening for some Virgos with Mars, put it on the mice. I didn't do that consciously. It just kind of went there. When I saw the rider, this is just a confirmation of something else I had thought, that it's possible that the rider is a boyfriend energy, somebody that you're casual with, that could be around at the same time as someone much more powerful, like a much more companionship energy. So have your fun, enjoy your time with your friend, but don't let that pollute, and it won't, but the better that you are at picking it out, the better off you'll be at making sure it's not there. But separate the real companionship, friendship energy from the one you're having fun with and who you're not attached to, or who's not attached to you. Okay? Because there could be a pressure of just passion from this person. And so, and that could jeopardize how quickly you form a bond with this other person. Okay? And again, this could be platonic for some of you, a deep friendship or something else, but for some of you, this is love, right? But you're going places with this person. It's the next phase. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.